All right. Okay. So, I missed an opportunity this morning. I wasn't looking at my charts, and I had this 10-minute demand zone marked up. Came right down, at least for gold, came right down into that 10-minute demand zone, bounced out, and now we would be in profit had I entered. That happened. Ooh, what was this? It is 8:02, so 8 o'clock, 7:50, 7:40. Around 7:30 this happened. I went and got breakfast and figured, okay, I probably wouldn't catch anything before um 8 o'clock or 8:30, and I was wrong. So we missed that opportunity because now gold is on the move. I hate that I missed it because I had that marked up and ready to go, and didn't happen. But it's all good. It's all good. We'll see what happens. If I can catch another pullback, there's potential to get in again. I'm not gonna chase price though. I'm not gonna do that. But that would have been a good trade to get into. Right there on gold. Let's see what MES got going on for the micro ES. And so the entire week has been pretty bearish. We've been seeing downside across the board, with the exception of gold. Gold has been bullish all week. But with the exception of gold, everything else, all the indices that I trade, all of those have been pretty bearish. And so today, it is Friday. Typically, it's not always, but a lot of times you do see a pullback on Fridays, and so today is no exception. I'm seeing a pullback from the week. We did have on micro ES, it came into a 1 hour demand zone down here. It's pushing up. Let's see, what can we get a pullback into? I'd like to see, you got a gap here on the 1 hour that could get hit. So we'll mark that up as a possibility for entry. We got a demand zone here on the 1 hour. It's demand zone there. We got an hour gap. M&Q. That's a 10-minute. Yeah, 10-minute demand zone we got marked up here. So if we can get a pullback into there, I'll look to possibly enter there on M&Q. Going long for the day, but we'll see. I mean, this week has been faking me out since Monday. So I didn't trade yesterday. Yesterday I didn't trade. I had a job at 8:30 that I had to go do, so I was out doing that job, and because I wasn't in front of my laptop, I didn't want to place any trades. I'm not trying to do any trades from my phone. I don't like doing that. Don't like doing that at all. So, hit the gas, do something I do. But yeah, this week, I'm down like $300 for the week right now. If I can make that up, that would be great today. But I'm not gonna force anything. The name of the game is patience. Patience, waiting for your setup. I know a lot of times in the past, I get caught up in chasing price, FOMO, all the stuff that pretty much every trader gets caught up in at some point before they realize, like, you're not going to make it, you're not going to succeed, you're not going to see it through to the end, continuously making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Like, you got to make some adjustments, you got to make some changes, and those changes tend to be being more selective with the positions that you put on, and having patience and the ability to just wait it out. Those things that take you far in the world of trading for sure. So, uh, because then when you take big losses, you take losses, then what happens is you hesitate, you don't want to enter in. You'll see a good position set up, you get a real good setup, and then you won't even take it because you've already taken a loss and you don't want to risk more. So, you know, to prevent that, you just got to be selective. Gots to be selective. Okay. All right, let's just go through. I'm gonna go through and see what is potentially in play for the day. Well, I need to change out this contract. This contract expired. Yep. I gotta change this out. Crude oil has expired. Hit the gas, something I do. MCLV, is that the next contract? Is that the next contract? Looks like it, but let's just confirm that the volume is there. MCLV, yeah. That's the one. That's the one. Okay. So we're good there. We're good there. Just change the contract up. Time's not slowing down. I need you around. I don't know if I'm going to see a whole lot of movement out of oil or gas, so I don't want to mess with those. Copper. I mean, if I could get a really nice move from copper, maybe, but we've already bounced out of this demand zone here for the day. The one thing I have been doing lately that I want to change is I've been placing trades before market open. And hadn't been working out for me this week at least. So I don't know if I want to do that today. Just kind of wait till the market opens, see how price is moving within the hour after that, and then, hopefully we can find something in play. Find a play. Time's not slowing down. I need you around. Ugh. Oh. You'll see. Because, I mean, overall, again, for the week, it's been bearish. I know we do see the pullbacks a lot that occur on Fridays. Um, this is a supply zone. It's bouncing off of it. And I could just bounce down, continue up. Let me go ahead and mark this off as a supply zone. Now, if we do that, if we do that and we bounce up, I do see us shooting beyond this supply zone. But again, we'll see what happens. We will see. Time's not slowing down. I need you around. All right, MQ, MQ. Where's gold at now? I always miss the gold setups. I don't know what's going on with like every time I have a good quality gold setup, for some reason I miss it. At least that's what it seems like as of late. I've been missing all my quality gold setups. I remember I had one, this might be like 2 weeks ago. It was the perfect setup. And I had my demand zone marked up and everything. I'm ready to go. And I'm hesitating. I didn't enter. I didn't put in a pending order like I would typically like to do. And the market opened. Price shot right down to the demand zone and went straight to my target. I'm like, oh, ain't that some shit? Like, completely missed out on that one. But you know, it happens. Hesitating. Time's not slowing down. I need you around. Lately, I haven't been really liking the Russell 2000 or the Dow Jones. Those aren't two of my favorite indices. I don't know if it's because I've been taking losses on them or because I don't know. I don't care for them. I mean, I'll keep them on my chart, but I prefer the micro ES and the Nasdaq for sure over the Dow and the Russell. Personally, time's not slowing down. Need you around. Hmm. Platinum is having a little run today so far during that overnight session, and it's not coming down here. It's not gonna happen. Not today. Maybe next week. You know, let's see. Possibly, possibly next week. Potentially, but shit. Platinum's gone. Came into a demand zone. Tapped it. Tapped the demand zone. Time's not slowing down. We got 15 minutes until the market opens. Ugh. So I'm not gonna do a whole lot. Just kind of see what is going on. I do like that this is moving down before market opens because I can see that coming into an area, whether it's here, whether it's here, which I don't know if it's gonna come down here. That's the demand zone, but at the same time, that's also where the market opened yesterday, like in the overnight session. So I don't know if it's gonna come all the way down to the open price, but we'll see. Ooh, excuse me. Hit the gas, not something I do. Now you do also have a demand zone within that 1 hour gap. So you got the 1 hour gap and you got a 10-minute demand zone as well. You could go wick to wick. And there's your 10-minute demand zone. Or a 15-minute wick to wick. Same thing. It's the exact same demand zone. So maybe that's the entry. Instead of waiting for it to get into that hour. Or maybe in the let's see. There's some crossover there. So where they cross over, that could be bow. Bow, 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 bow. Targets the highs. It's a pretty good risk reward. It's more than a pretty good risk reward. That's a great risk reward. I mean, I'm not giving myself a whole lot of breathing room as far as the stop goes, but ooh. But if we were to see this get touched, what are we looking at? For 10 contracts, you're risking $187 to make 1,200. That's a hell of a risk to reward. Jesus. I like to keep it under 200, but I should probably keep it under 150. Oh, 150, boom. At 8 contracts, you're risking 150 to make 970. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But again, that is a tight stop. That is a very tight stop, especially when I look at the hour candle. Like, you can move it below this candle here, and now you got some pretty good. I trust in this stop more than I do the stop I just had before. It drops the risk reward down drastically, though. You know, pretty drastically. But you're giving yourself more wiggle room as far as when you get stopped out, for sure. You want to have some type of wiggle room. Like, I really wouldn't give myself any wiggle room with the initial stop. But I don't know. Let's see. If we go below here, still 5 to 1. Risking 170. Risking 148. 106. 63. And keep it under 100. I'm cool with that. Let's keep it under 100. Keep the risk under 100 for this one. I think I'm going to place this. We got 9 minutes. We'll see if it gets hit. We got 9 minutes until market opens. Price is coming down. Let's keep it that way if we can. We do have this other demand zone right here on the 10-minute. I don't know if it's gonna come down here though. We got all of this accumulation, this build up, build up, build up. You got this gap that was created on a 10-minute, shooting down. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna keep my position there though. we're almost hitting it on MNQ, on the micro NQ contract. The demand zone that we have is nearly being touched. Now, this is a 10-minute demand zone, which isn't going to be as strong as a higher time frame demand zone if we can see one. Now, we don't have one on this chart that I can see clearly. I mean, some people might try to mark this off as a demand zone. I wouldn't. This one, I guess this one here could potentially be a demand zone. Let's see. Like, you could mark this off here as on a 1 hour time frame as a demand zone. Potentially this one. I don't know about that though. It's just not clear to me. It's not as clear as I would like it to be. I'll say that. At least on an hour time frame. You drop down. Okay, that's a little more clear when you drop down. You can see right here. See that being a demand zone on a 15-minute. Do it look like I've been making mistakes? All right, we got 7 minutes. Oh. 7 of them things. 7 of them things. 6 of them things. Oh, I'm so annoyed that I ain't getting on this gold trade, man. That happened around 7:30. Should have been in on that one. I've been missing way too many gold trades. I said it once before, but I really have. Like, what was my gold position that I missed? I think it was like a week ago. I don't have the drawings on my chart anymore because I tend to delete them after they are no longer relevant. Hit the gas, the thing I do. So glad I ran back into you. Swear I was gonna change. All right, so MNQ has ran through there, which is what I expected. It's a 10-minute demand zone. So like I'm not putting a whole lot of weight on a 10-minute demand zone. So that's not surprising. Again, we got another 10 here. This is a 15. We got an hour. I mean, I guess if you want to call this a demand zone, yes, you can. You have an hour demand zone here, which is way more germane, way more relevant. You got 4 minutes until market opens. Time's not slowing down. Need you around. So that supply zone is our supply zone, which holds a lot of weight. So we will see if it continues to just drop. If it just drops, then that supply zone maintained and held strong, meaning we are continuing the downtrend that the market has been on for the entire week. And we're not really going to see that this pullback was just a morning overnight pullback, just temporary, leading into the overall continuation of the trend for the week. So, which is one of those reasons why kind of like to I should wait until after the market opens before I do try to place any trades, because I don't necessarily know what are we. Yes, overnight in the overnight session it was bullish. It was a bullish trend, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to continue that same trend throughout the New York session. So thinking that that's going to be the case before the market opens and shows you anything is just moving prematurely. Definitely moving prematurely. Although it is moving away from me now, right before the market opens, with 2 minutes left to spare. And that could just be a fake out. Boom, come into this gap, come back down. So glad I ran back into you. Okay, Russell. Okay, Russell 2000. And copper had been going up since, let's see, it came down in the overnight session, hit a demand zone, and it's been going up ever since. Yesterday's New York session, the overnight session, today in the New York session, looks like we're going to be starting bearish. And guess we'll see. How much more time we got? 30 seconds? Ooh. All right, 30 seconds. We got to see things clear. We got to see things clear. Okay. There goes the market open. I need to get an opening bell sound like on my phone or something for 8:30. I don't have no opening bell sound on my phone, on my laptop, nothing. It's just kind of like deadness. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to cancel this order because it is looking like that supply zone is gonna hold strong. That's what it's looking like now, based on the beginning of the markets open. We gotta see how this all does. How does it do? How does it do? Time's not slowing down. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. When I'm in my city, just screaming, I'm a government. When I'm in my city, just screaming, Jermaine. Outcast. Excuse me. They say trading's supposed to be boring. Should make it exciting. That's how you make money. You're here to make money. You're here to have fun. That's what it boils down to. All right. When I'm in my city, screaming, I'm a government. When I'm in my city, screaming. All right. Drop down to the 1 minute. I want to be able to get something in if I'm gonna get anything before 9:30 or by 9:30 at the latest. Usually I would try to go till 10:30, but I have a job to attend or to attend to at 10:30. So gotta get to that job by 10:30. If the lady is ready to go. Hey. All right, gold. All right, gold. All right, gold. What are we doing, gold? Ugh. Ugh. Now, I wouldn't buy this if it comes back into here. It's looking like it could potentially be a sell-off. I mean, again, we are in a higher time frame supply zone at this point, a weekly supply zone. So we could definitely see the sell-off on gold, especially how this last hour candle closed. There's some real bearish or gold bearishness for sure. The potential is there for sure. So yeah, this candle sweep. Let's drop it down to the 30. This doji candle, indecision candle, followed by this bullish engulfing or excuse me, bearish engulfing candle. Yeah. Okay. Now let's drop it down to the 1 minute. What could we see as far as an entry point on a 1 minute chart for some bearish position? Entering into this gap possibly, considering again we're kind of counter trending right now from the overall market, the week, the day, like everything has been bullish. So this would be a very short term play, like you're talking maybe even targeting here as a really short term play. Like it would have to be worth it. Let's see. Stop right above here. That's like a 1-to-1 essentially. If you're trying to go bearish, that is a 1-to-1. If you market order it. Ugh. Now that's not looking good. Again, you're fighting the overall trend. I like to stay at the hour time frame though, as far as like my analysis, because when I drop down to the minute, it's a lot of noise. And especially if you're not keeping the overall bias, the higher time frame bias in mind, you can get caught up and lost in the minute candles There's just so much movement going on. There's a lot of action. Okay. Um, Outcast, but that was never cast out. Ran through, ran through. Continuing that bearish momentum for the week that we've been on. So yeah, when it's like this, you just gotta catch a pullback if you can. And the way it's dropping, it's another bearish day. Definitely another bearish day. At least targeting this area here. But I'm probably not gonna get a pullback. You see with these bearish candles, like look at this long bearish candle, a little bit of wick down here. These two bearish candles, this long bearish candle followed by another bearish candle with large wick. These bearish candles seem to be pretty strong a lot of times. Not really providing a whole lot as far as retracement to enter in and catch the trend. Okay, so we did come down to the open. Broke it a little bit, came below. This all could be early morning fake outs. This is the first 10 minutes of the market open. This is a demand zone, technically. Oops, I don't need that. I don't need that drawing. I don't need that drawing. I don't need this drawing. Time's not slowing down. I need you around. I need you around. So that was the demand zone on what, a 10-minute? Yeah, a 10-minute chart, which I wouldn't mark that in though, but could be considered a demand zone for sure. Mm. 2-6 goes wild. 2-6 goes wild. 2-6 goes wild. 2-6 nigga wild. You was good in school. Why you hiding your intelligence? Yeah, this missing this gold trade. Oh, that hurts. That did hurt. Any pullback I should have caught. See, looking at the 1 minute, it made me even change my bias in the moment initially, which my bias was always bullish for gold specifically. That could have been an entry on the 1 minute. As far as the demand zone goes. Okay, whatever. Ooh. When I'm in my city, just screaming, I'm a government. When I'm in my city, just screaming. Mm. All right, Dow Jones, Dow Jones. Oh, I done deleted the. That's why I deleted on accident. The Globex indicator. Somehow I deleted that on accident. Let's get that back on there. Now I gotta hate when this happens. I gotta do it over again. I gotta edit it, the settings to how I like it. Okay, this can go bottom right. Then that can get deleted. And we're good. What potential entries are there with gold? What's up? Why? Yeah, but why? Myself. I'm just recording.
Oh, I need my thing.
It ain't turning on. At least it don't look like it ain't no lights coming on or nothing. It is a live stream, but yeah, ain't nothing coming on. Like it don't look like it's powering up.
What the other nipples in here or no?
Yeah. Oh, y'all down here. Hold on. When I'm in my city, screaming at my government. When I'm in my city. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if it's working or what. It just don't look like it's powering up at all. But, yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's continue to pay attention to what we have going on. Let's be attentive and make sure. All right, I can see this continuing bullish. When you really look at it, I wanted it to come down deep into this area, but that may not happen. Again, like I said, we did have this as a 15-minute demand zone, and that one got touched. And now, I don't know. We'll see. It still has potential to come back. It definitely still has potential to come back into this zone, which if it does, I would like to enter. Was one that I had and I took off, but I wouldn't mind entering this if it comes back into it. The potential is there for it to do something. If you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Let's dock this. Dock to the right. And now it's looking like it might not come down. Like literally the market's only been open for 16 minutes. So this was the last 15-minute candle. This is the beginning of our current 15-minute candle. Let's see how this one closes. That would end us on our next hour candle, which this previous hour candle everything had been bullish. We got this current hour candle, which is bearish right now. We do have, again, we got an hour gap here. We have, see, I would like for my stop to be below this entire candle. Ideally, that's what I would want. As it gets closer to price, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know if I want to enter. Like, it just doesn't give me that it is going to continue bullish as it's closing in on my entry area. Yeah, especially when you look at the day and the previous, like this entire week, how it's been. You're just fighting the overall trend. That's what I don't like. I don't like fighting the trend. And that's exactly what is happening right now. Yeah, I want to see how this hour candle ends. We got 12 minutes before our 8 o'clock candle closes, and we open our 9 o'clock candle. Ooh, excuse me. When I'm in my city, just screaming at my government. When I'm in my city, just screaming Jermaine. All right, let's see where I gotta go for this next job. How long of a drive is this? "36 minutes is nuts." Gotta leave by like 9:45. Okay. All right, 1 hour candle. How you gonna close? How you gonna close? How you gonna close? I will say, if it closes with little to no wick, then there is potential for the next hour candle to close bullish. If it closes with the wick, then we're probably going to see continuation to the downside. Whew. Yeah. I didn't check for news today, but I'm almost certain there's no news. Yep. No news, no news, no news. All right, here we go. Comes the move down, the push down. When I'm in my city, just screaming at my government. When I'm in my city, just screaming Jermaine. Whew. Oh. So yeah. MNQ, MES, they both giving us serious push down right now. You got to tap in slightly in this demand zone. We might have to, well, this could come all the way down here. Just kind of what I would like to see, actually. Let's continue the bearishness that we've been on. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Why fight it? Why would you fight it? So, we could just catch part of this downward trend. I'd be cool. Just catch part of it. That's a nice little bit of it. It ain't gotta be too much. Hold on, let me grab this thing. Oh, all right. What are we getting? 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 So much downward momentum. Jesus. Why did we not catch back there? Okay, anyways. Okay. MNQ is coming right back into the last 1 hour zone. It's either going to bounce off of it again or it's just going to shoot straight through it. One of the two. Yeah, there's just so much bearish momentum. Like going against this is very difficult. I tried on numerous occasions, but I'm fighting the bears right now get you killed. Fighting the bears absolutely get you killed right now. See, this little bounce out will have me excited. Like, oh, we in there. Got the bounce out immediately. But that was the simple pullback to break through eventually, to push through. But you didn't get the initial pullback, the initial bounce off of that demand zone for sure, which happens a lot. You get the initial bounce, but is it the true bounce that you're looking for, like the turnaround? You don't know. You probably won't know until you get some confirmation that that's going to be the case. I mean, you do have that bearish, or the bullish. What do they call it? Like a morning star candle or whatever. So there's potential. Now we are seeing a little bit of movement. That 1 minute candle just closed. 3 minutes until this hour candle closes. We'll see. It came right into the gap, and it came right into that demand zone. So let's see how this candle closes. The potential is definitely there to continue. Potential's there. I'm not banking on it, but the potential is there to continue the overnight bullish trend that we were on, bullish momentum that we were on prior to the New York session open. When you see anything on your boulevard, it's a real good chance he's a dog. You was good in school. Why you hiding your intelligence? Playing hard for them white boys who can tell the difference. Going plat without the ass side. Er. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. I think this actually might go. If I'm being honest, I think this might actually go. Oh no, that's a lot bigger than what I want it to be. Oh shit. Okay. Damn it. Yeah, it's looking like we probably get up to here. Potential's there for sure. Could get even further, but it's definitely making the move that I wanted to see it make. I just don't want to risk too much in the attempt to do so. So it's a matter of where can we get in at now. Oops, damn it. We're seeing these 1 minute candles form. We already missed our entry in that zone that we would have liked to see. That would have been the ideal scenario. But yeah, I see us getting to hmm. Mm. Yeah. Then again, when you go back to the hour, these should possibly be your entries to go bearish. MNQ is just bulldozing to the bottom. I don't think I'll be placing any trades today. I felt the anxiety coming along on the 1 minute chart as I'm looking at this micro ES contract or the micro ES chart. Like I could just feel it, like the anxiety, the anxiousness, the desire to enter, the excitement. Like it was all there when dropping down to the 10, the 5, the 1, looking to see what I could do. The excitement was there for sure. And so I don't like the excitement. Like I should, when I had my entry here and I deleted it, that was my bad. Because that is still something that could potentially happen. Although it has been a bullish week, that is something that still does have the potential to occur right now for sure. And so me removing that order was an emotional move for sure. And dropping down to the 1 minute and looking how I was looking was also emotional decisions. Yeah, this is looking very much like a bullish reversal. If we're looking at the market, it's kind of a 1-to-1, which I don't like, but it's definitely looking like it's giving me every single indication that it's going to go up now. Any indication you need that's going to go up is occurring right now. Interesting. Pretty interesting. Like had I left my position open or my order in, I'd be filled and we'd be heading towards my profit right now. So again, that's the anxiety. I'm not quite all the way there as far as just being mechanical in following the process because I was too focused on the outcome, like what the result could potentially be versus like just following the process. Because if we're just following the process, there's no reason why you hesitate there and don't enter the position. Just simply off following the process, that should have been a entered position for sure. Okay. Oops. So if I could remove, matter of fact, I need to do that. I need to remove the dollar amounts and just look at it from a strictly contract size type of position and how many ticks would get hit. The dollar amount is what kills the psychology for sure when you see that. All right, let's see. Where could we potentially get in to continue this at now that we've missed our original entry? Um, Shoot. I have many places outside of like, oosh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's edit that. Because now entry would have to be like here. Have to be here with the stop like here, target there. It's kind of got to be it. If we're going off the 1 minute chart. Ugh. You was good in school. Why you hiding your intelligence? Yeah, it's a little annoying. Again, that was this a psychological issue on my part. That I had that I did it twice too. I had a pending order in a demand zone and in a 1 hour gap, and I canceled both of them. Um, as price started to approach my level, I got scared. I got scared out of my analysis and canceled the orders. What that led to is price going in my direction and me chasing price in a sense, following and finding another order to place, which is what I got here. And I don't like that. Not a big fan of that. And then it look like I'm not even gonna get hit in on this one. This kind of sucks. Okay. Is there any way that we can catch some bullishness on this MNQ, this micro NQ contract? Okay, so we came down into here already, bounced out, came down. Coming down again. This is a 10-minute demand zone here. We'll go wick to wick. It already hit it once, almost twice, not quite. Go to the 1 minute. You did come above here with these three candles. She broke that. Coming down now, it could come into here, potentially go bullish. We don't know. We don't know. No. Yeah, considering we started bullish and now we're going bearish. I can't say I like this one either as an entry at all, but we're in it now. I definitely don't like it as an entry. Should I stay or should I go? I should have pulled out of this one. I should have never entered that one, to be honest with you. It's an entry that wasn't worth my time. Being completely honest, it was not worth my time. I've been fighting these trends for so long now. And every time I fight them, this is what happens. All week I've been fighting trends. It's probably been the last 2 weeks I think I've been fighting trends. This is where the best position you could have is no position, for sure. Like, where's your edge at? This is the game you got to play. So when you're looking at this, where do you see your edge play out at potentially? Here it was okay. You got a supply zone there. Yes, you're looking at all these demand zones, but if the trend is down, what are you looking at demand zones for? Outside of like take profit areas. It's kind of literally it. You shouldn't be looking at potential buys when the trend is 100% down, regardless of the time of day or the time of the week it is, or any of that stuff. Even though this probably will end up being a bullish, could potentially. Again, it all varies. It changes so much. But yeah. So on the day I was born, the thought was on. Okay, so I gotta focus in on exactly what the rules are. I don't like jumping down to the 1 minute chart. but I've been doing that. I don't like doing it. You look at this, you look at that candle. This still potentially shows signs of turnaround. Just looking at this candle, followed by this one breaking above and closing above, followed by this one, and it's on a 10-minute, which is going to hold more weight than a 1 minute for sure. So the chances is there that it still could go somewhere bullish. Okay, so to get out of this little funk that I've been in over the last week and a half or 2 weeks or so, one contract. That's it. Micros, one contract. I'm not doing anything above or below that. Well, you can't go below it, but I'm not doing anything above one contract. One contract and focusing on high quality setups. So, what is a high quality setup? Going with the overall trend for sure. Not fighting what the overall trend is on the higher time frames, because when I'm fighting the overall trend on a higher time frame, I always get fucked. So, not doing that for sure. And this entire week, the trend has been down, and I fought it each day, basically. Fought the trend each day. To no avail. My first week equity curve was pretty solid. Um, last week's equity curve was okay. It's kind of, I think, break even, and then this week's equity curve is straight down. So I don't like that. because everything's probabilities. So what are the probabilities on a Friday that this turns around and ends? It may not break above the overnight high. That might not happen, but I don't think it's going to break this low either. And I don't think it's going to be a bearish day. I think the day will close bullish, probably even bullish from where it is currently. Lending the week to still closing bearish, but not nearly as down as it was. Coming up here, something like that. Then we can see more continuation, more bearish continuation next week. For sure. It is nothing clear. It's all consolidation. There's no clear anything right now. Besides gold. Oh. The one I missed at 7:30 that I continuously miss. That's the one that's giving me any type of anything. Platinum, same thing. I wasn't coming back to platinum. I didn't see this. Completely missed this. Oh no. I think I added this after it already touched it. I think. But right at market open, it came down and basically kind of scraped that proximal line on platinum. Now, one contract on platinum is a lot more than what I'm willing to risk, but gold is doing its thing. Micro gold. All right. So my objective is to record these sessions, come back and review them, see exactly where I was at as far as like my mindset while looking at the charts and reviewing the charts, what I was thinking, what trades I placed and didn't place, why I didn't or did place those trades. All of that is kind of what my purpose of recording these sessions are. You know, we are within that first hour of market open, and in that first hour we had price come down, at least on the MES, come into an area of interest that I had and move away from it. Now it hasn't been invalidated, so technically we still would be in that position right now because it hasn't been invalidated. Like you can get scared out because you see price coming down and these yellow candles, which on my chart yellow is bearish and purple is bullish. So that can scare you out for sure. But either way, it shouldn't make you close your position because your position is still valid until it isn't. And in this case, the only time it is invalid is once it closes below these zones that I have marked up here. And until that happens, it's still a very valid trade. Which is why I kind of want to get in on a buy, but I've already missed the best position that I would have had by closing out the position that I had sitting there before price reached it. So at this point, it's kind of just an emotional chase, really, if I was to enter something else. MNQ, like it is Friday, like so just wait until next week. Gold is definitely doing its thing though. continuing its trend for the week. And that was one that I had my most successful days of trading when I place a pending order and go about my day. Do something like that and go about my day. Those are when I have my most successful trades. If I'm not doing that and I'm sitting and watching the chart, I'm too emotionally invested and it's difficult to allow trades to play out. So I have to work on just sitting through and watching the trades play out if I'm going to be sitting here. Ideally, I place my positions and just kind of go about my day and let them do what they need to do without interfering, without second guessing, without over analyzing and seeing every single tick that happens. Matter of fact, where is my dang? I don't know where it's at. Should be back there. Why is Adobe coming up? Oh, where's it at? Did I lose it? I think I lost it. This mouse out. I really be forgetting that I got this mouse and pad in here. Tripping. You got me straight tripping, dude. Dang. Shoot. Dang, ain't no other place it could be. So I had to lose it. Damn it. I had a printout that said something along the lines of the analysis you made before the trade got hit is a much better analysis than the analysis you make while watching every tick or something along those lines. And I had it sitting right in front of my laptop. It was just a way to remind myself that when I place a trade, and it's a pending order, I made a certain analysis and there's a reason why I placed that trade. So if I then decide to close that position based off of nothing but other than my emotions, it's a terrible decision. And that was the whole point of that. And it was a reminder to always allow my positions that I place to just sit. Like if you place the trade, just let it sit. Just sit it. Let it do what it's supposed to do. Set and forget. Set and forget. Ooh, all this bears momentum. Ooh. Oh. On the 30-minute, that closed bullish. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna have some serious consolidation. I don't think it's gonna come back up here. It's just looking like it wants to consolidate. Stick around here for a little bit. Eventually come up. I just don't know what's gonna happen today. It might not occur until next week. If it occurs at all. Because now the invalidation is finally getting ready to occur. But that would have been the only one for it to really make sense as to why we're getting on that demand zone, because it had been bullish all week anyways. Any of these trying to enter in on the demand zone would be me trying to call the bottoms. And we all know catching a falling knife tends to lead to you going to the hospital visits for sure. So this is where we are for the end of the week. I don't like to see that number. I want to see this above 4. So we got to climb out of this. It's not terrible, $350 or so, $340. So it's not like a terrible climb out or climb back that we got to do, but still, I don't like to see it. I want to see very, very, very little pullbacks and then good amount of upward trajectory is what I want to see. Always. I want to see an equity curve that looks something like this. Little pullback, little pullback, little pullback, little pullback, little pullback. Those are the equity curves I want to see. That requires following the trends, being disciplined enough to wait until supply zone, demand zones, or hour gaps are filled, and then allowing that trade to run and do what it's supposed to do. No closing early, no canceling orders before they get hit, like none of that stuff. Because those are bad habits that don't lead to the equity curve that I want to see. Having a bias that's against the overall trend, again, that's not something that you want to do. Okay, but today was another trading session. I'm not gonna be here till 10:30. I got a job to get to, so I'm about to call this lady or text her and see if she's still. Let her know I'm on my way. Give her a call and see if she's available, ready to go.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
Okay, we'll see. No, I don't want to drive out there and then. Still hasn't invalidated it, but it is being considering that it's hit it multiple times now. The safe assumption would be that it will invalidate it, but technically it hasn't been invalidated yet. Especially when you look at the hour candle and the way that it's forming, it doesn't look like you're gonna bounce out of here and then do anything other than break through. So I'm kind of expecting this to push through that zone. Um, and again, it could continue the trend. It is Friday, so it could just consolidate within this area and not really do a whole lot of anything. That's very possible. As a matter of fact, it might be likely. So, having all the bubble guts and all that stuff, the excitement to want to hop in a position, it's kind of like, at this point, nah, dog. When all of those were going up, this looks interesting. Potentially. So you got a sweep here and kind of a break below. Didn't really go too far down though. Came up and validated it. Canceled it out before coming down. I guess it didn't close below. Maybe you want to look for a close below. You get a close. If this candle closes below here and it, which you got 3 minutes until this candle closes. But if it engulfs, which it did engulf technically, and it closes below, we could look for a potential pullback and then a continuation down back into this 10-minute demand zone on gold, especially considering that we were in a higher time frame supply zone. That could be interesting. On the 10-minute, it already did that. We already swept and closed below and started the retracement period. All right, let's see. If you're on the 15-minute, now it's looking like it might not close below. Ooh. My shoes are downstairs. All right, we'll see. I hope this person isn't BSing. now it's looking like it won't close below. The hour definitely is not looking like you didn't sweep there, so that was simply a pullback. Yes, you closed below, but you didn't sweep it, so it's kind of like eh. And this one did that, so the sign's pointed towards bullishness. Here you swept. You might close below. Bearish. If you do that, now we're looking at something completely different for the next few hours of the day. And if you drop that down to the 15, which you have okay, yep, we gotta go. Yeah, it happened. Yep, we happened. So we're gonna look at this, and we're gonna look at whoa. So that's pretty massive. It's pretty damn massive. You do want to see a pullback of some sort. You do want to see a pullback. Where do you want to see a pullback to is a question. Maybe like, well, your stop gotta go. Oh, stop gotta go here. Your target is down here somewhere. And that target, that stop is way more than what you want it to be. $100 is more than you want it to be for sure. All right, I'm done. So you had an idea, you had ideas and all that stuff, but you know, it's over with. Let's go ahead and, because we're not placing that, we're just looking at it, and I gotta get out of here. So stream is over.